duelists, it is I, Hellgear, and this is a book. Yes, a book. I figured for today's Yu-Gi-Oh content, I'd do a little something different. Now, normally when you see books like this, you figure, oh, it's a collector's book of collector's cards in here. Well, that's not the case with this particular book, because this book is actually a deck. Yes, this is a deck, and I know this is a deck because I actually have deck card sleeves that match this particular book. And actually, this is one of the decks that I used to wield in the days when I was a not as experienced duelist like I was back then. Because, you know, when you play a game like this, you learn some things as the meta changes. I don't know exactly which deck this is, but I do know that, I do know that this is a dragon deck. Because I have two decks that are booked like this. And the funny thing about it is the sleeves of this deck actually match the book, its sides. So, let's take a look and see just what deck this is. Alright, so we got Giant Trunade and Premature Burial. As you can see, these are the sleeves. And look at that. It's black and red, the same dragon as this. And, oh my goodness, I forgot. Wow, I have all the sleeves face down. Alright, there's a reason behind that. The reason I did that was because, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh was a real big thing back then, and I was a firm believer that the Millennium Eye was real. So, when I cut my deck, when I was done playing with this deck, dueling with it, I would shuffle it and put it in this book. And I put it so that all the card sleeves are face down, so that I wouldn't know exactly what this was every time I opened the deck and took the cards out of the sleeves and played with it. And I would only know when I started drawing the cards. So I guess I'll start at the back of the book. Okay. What dragon deck is this? I know this is a dragon deck. Okay, so we have King Dragoon and Kachi Kochi Dragon, so two cards in the extra deck, and Divine Dragon Ragnarok, and a Bottomless Trap Hole. Okay. some semblance of things right there. Just the camera here. Alright, let's turn the page. Dinosaur. Another Divine Dragon Ragnar. Okay. And Luster Dragon number 2. Because the errata changed the name. There were two Luster Dragons. Everybody knows the level 4 at 1900 attack. Okay. Not sure why I have a dinosaur in this, though. Okay, it's my Armed Dragon. Alright, so we have Reload, we've got Armed Dragon level 5, Magic Drain, and then Mirage Dragon. Okay, so this is my Armed Dragon deck. This is actually pretty fortuitous because Blazing Vortex, as many of you duelists know, we're getting a retraining of the Armed Dragon's cards. So, it's good to see this again. I know they reprinted the cards in Legendary Duelist 2, which means they also reprinted them in Legendary Duelist the Complete Season 1. You're mixing side sets. It's Legendary Duelist Season 1 and Dragons of Legend the Complete Series. Jesus. Okay. Magic Drain was my whip back in those days. I do remember playing this. This was back in the days when duelists, when they wanted to interrupt with counter traps on your spells, they would use Magic Jammer. And my reasoning behind using Magic Drain was I didn't want to discard cards to negate my opponent's spell. And to those of you who don't know, when you use Magic Drain to negate a spell, your opponent can save the negated spell if they discard another spell in their graveyard. So, that was the reason why I had that. Alright, there goes 5. Stamping Destructions, Dragon Dueling in the Cave, and Enchanted Javelin. My goodness, I really was on something back in those days. This is fun just to look at because it shows me how I built decks back in the days. And now that I know that this is my Armed Dragon deck, I think I can keep some of these cards. So when Blazing Vortex comes around and I get the Armed Dragon stuff, I'll just build it and do a deck update, which is great. Oh my goodness, Trihorn Dragon. My God, MCO40 was talking about how valuable this guy is. Look at that. Lightly played, folks. Invigoration. Okay, that explains why Yurubi was in here, because Yurubi is an Earth dinosaur. Got a Hunter Dragon right there. Still one of the best vanilla dragons for Cyber Dark decks. And Interdimensional Matter Transporter, because compulsory was a mother back in those days. Man. Alright. Lord of Dragons, Flute, Call of the Haunted, and the Graveyard in the 4th Dimension. How does this work again? Add 2 monsters in your graveyard that have level in their names to your deck and shuffle. Okay. So, level monster recursion. Good old Lord of D. He has changed so much every now and again. Alright, next page. Oh, there goes Dragon's Mirror and Monster Reborn. And there goes 7. And Diffusion. Okay, so we got a little bit of that. Let's back it up some pages because we missed some. Mass Dragon. Swords of Concealing Light. That's that good anti-meta strat, man. Locking your opponent's monsters face down. And Spell Economics. Yeah, I did have Premature Burial. Spell Economics was a funny continuous spell back in those days. It made it so that if you activated the effect of a spell, you wouldn't have to pay life point costs. So, like, Mausoleum of the Emperor was free. Call of the Haunted was free. Brain Control was free. And pre-errata at that time. Mass Dragon's just a good search. We've seen these. Look at my Armed Dragon level 7. That is the original Soul of the Duelist Armed Dragon level 7. It's too bad that this is not a first edition copy. Somewhere around here I have an Armed Dragon level 10. I have to find it. And of course, Dragon's Mirror. I think that was for King Dragoon. Look at that. One of my oldest and more favorite cards, the Blackland Fire Dragon. This thing, I used to play this thing like it's nobody's business. I have like a really worn out copy of this card. Another Matter Transporter. Kairyu. I think this is that level, that Union Dragon that hooks up to Dark Blade. And Interplanetary Purple Thorny Dragon. My goodness. Alright, let's keep on rolling. Mad Sword Beast. Good stuff. Threatening Roar. I really should use that. See, here's the first Luster Dragon. That's the is this the common printing of this card? Or the super rare? It's a first edition. I think it's a structure deck one. And then Rare Metal Dragon. My God. This card cannot be normal summon or set. Actually, you want to know what? Rare Metal Dragon would be a very useful card in today's meta with Guard Dragon. Which Guard Dragon pulls from the deck? I can't figure it out. Is it LP that pulls from the deck, the main deck, and Pisty that pulls from the graveyard? Because with Guard Dragons, you can actually special summon this. Alrighty, let's keep going. Black Tyranno. There's another spell that used life points. Autonomous Action Unit. That was like 1,500 life points, right? Yeah, pay 1,500 life points. Select a monster card from your opponent's graveyard. Special summon it to your side of the field in face-up attack position. And equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed and removed from the field, the equipped monster is destroyed. Okay. So another Divine Dragon Ragnarok. Zero Gravity. That was my whip with Blade Rabbit, man. I remember that with my Beast deck, because I would use this with Blade Rabbit. Level 2 Blade Rabbit. That thing was so good. That was so good, man. It's going to be fun once Blazing Vortex comes back and I get to update this deck. Black Tyranno, man. Look at that card. Dinosaur decks don't use this anymore. Is this the Invasion of Chaos one? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I got this sleeve. I'm going to have to look on TCG Player and see how much they're selling this for. This is a decently played. Because, you know, I take very good care of my cards. Let's see here. There's Armed Dragon level 3. Element Dragon. Gotta love that. And then 2 of the best support dragon traps in the game. Rage for piercing. And Dragon's Bead to... How did this work? You sent a card from your hand to the graveyard. And it negated a trap that targeted a dragon monster you control. Yeah. Yep, that's how that works. So, we've seen 3, 7, and 5. There's a copy of Super Poly. Again for King Dragoon. And Dark Mambel. Wow. If you control 2 or more dark monsters, target a face-up card on the field and banish it. Oh my goodness. See, Dragon Link would probably kill for this. Dragon Link would kill for this spell. Especially since they're going to have what? Macho Man, Boral Savage, and... What's that one... What's the other synchro that they run? That Tenyi one. The one that... Where you act... No. The Unchained Link 4. That's the one. So they'll have that, and then Macho Man, Boral Savage. They're both dark monsters, so this could banish easy. Oh my god. Where did I get this spell from? Let me see where I got this spell from. Oh, okay. ORCS. That's Order of Chaos. Order of Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. And that's essentially this old school deck. I know back in the day, man, it feels so good to look at this card. You already know what these are. This is Trunade and Preemie. So, it was nice looking at this old deck again, man. It really was. To see just how far I've come as a duelist, man. And so I guess, in a sense, this is like a mini deck profile. A deck profile on an old deck. My goodness. Times sure have changed in Duel Monsters. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. If you did, give this video a like. Show me one of your decks from back in the day when you used to duel starting out. Well, I'd love to see what your deck was like back in those days. And as always, be sure to like, comment, sub, and bell for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. And hopefully in the future, when Blazing Vortex comes out, I'll be able to update this deck profile and give you guys a more proper Armed Dragon deck profile. But for now, I take my goose from the oven, because I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.